I traveled all over every province just to see what this great country has to offer. And when I travel now, I'm a little concerned, to be honest with you. We've just gone too far in a lot of cases.
The Canada that I live in is unrecognizable.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Patriotic Polar Bear. I wanted to start up today's episode with talking about a few things that I kind of came to a realization of while on X last night. Actually, I was in a space, if you will, with Clyde Do Something, and the topic of YouTube channels came up and what makes a good YouTube channel, and what kind of grows your audience, what people relate to, and the discussion came around to being authentic. And I'm just starting this channel. uh, if you look at my subscriber base, I've got a whole two subscribers right now. And I started off, when I first started this channel, I started off with some AI content. um, I started off with a kind of an avatar of myself. As you can see from the camera, you're still seeing a pixelated picture of me, but you're really hearing my real voice. And I think I didn't want to go out with my real voice, and I wanted to use AI because I think I was a little bit, gun shy in front of the camera, if you will. Certainly didn't want to show my true identity, if you will, and I was a little bit worried about my voice as well. So here I am. I want to be authentic with you guys. I want to, be who I am. I am going to keep my camera on kind of like a pixelated image. Because to be honest, I have a lot of liberal friends that I hang out with, and a lot of these issues that I'm going to be bringing up on this channel are going to be very sensitive to them, and I really don't feel like losing longtime friends that are liberal. And I think a lot of the issues that I bring up, they may not know that I have those types of opinions, and I don't want to get into a situation where I hurt, relationships with friends and family. So I'm going to keep myself pixelated, but I will use my voice without any modulators, without any filters, and I think that's the proper way to do it. So you're on the channel here, you're watching what I have, the content that I have. What is the Patriotic Polar Bear? So listen, I'm close to 50 years old, and I grew up in Canada, obviously, in the 80s. And I had a really good childhood. I enjoyed Canada. I traveled all over every province just to see what this great country has to offer. And when I travel now, I'm a little concerned, to be honest with you. I don't, as the opening of my channel says, the Canada I live in is unrecognizable, and I'm a little concerned about where I live in this country. I don't really recognize it. Um, in a lot of cases, I feel like a stranger in my own country. It's just a lot of weird things are going on. Times were a lot simpler when I was a kid, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for moving on and changes and different things that need to go on with the country. But I think we've just gone too far in a lot of cases. A lot of my friends would say, "Well, you're speaking out of white privilege, if you will." But that's a whole different topic here. I just want to be open and honest with you guys and just chat about things that I'm concerned about. So on the channel here, we'll be talking about politics for sure. I watch the House of Commons almost every day. It's like my little soap opera to see what's going on with our government. And, and I started that about a year ago, watching that. And I kind of talked to my family and friends and got them turned on to it. And they've been watching it a lot more too. But I found the more that we watched this, the more we found out about things, the more we were investigating, that it really resonated, and a lot of conversations took place, and a lot of we dissected a lot of issues that were a concern of ours, and it was concerning. There's a lot of blatant lies going on. There's a lot of disinformation going on. And the thing that kind of really ticks me off is when, our elected members of government, when they're asked a direct question, do not answer it directly and almost lie. And for those of you that have been in high level meetings or we're talking with people that you need to answer a question directly. You just can't do that. People can see that; they can see right through it, and I think that's really where we've gotten this, where we've been with this government. So that's kind of the first thing I'm going to talk about in this channel is kind of where we are with our government and the concerns that I have and really why I don't recognize this country anymore. And maybe to be honest with you, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I wasn't educated as to how our government ran, and maybe it was like this all the time. And because I'm paying attention to it a little bit more, and my friends and families are paying attention to it a little bit more, we actually see what's going on. Um, and I think that's kind of a shift with a lot of people. A lot of people are watching this more, and they're really holding people accountable, and they're learning stuff. And every day um, there's a different controversy going on. There's a different scandal going on, and it's just compiling and on and on and on and on. And really, how long has this been going on for? How many years has the government been pulling the wool over our eyes? And I think I really want to talk about that with my viewers, and I really want to talk about that with fellow YouTubers and educate myself a little bit more. Um, so I just don't want to do clips of different videos, and that's what I've been doing up to this point. I've been, taking other people's content and kind of forming my content around that. And we talked about last night about using X as a source of news, of real news, and then taking that over to YouTube and kind of dissecting that. And I think that's kind of what I want to do. I want to, read the news or watch the news, and then kind of, talk to other people and find out what their views are on the issue, and find out what your views are on the issue, and be able to talk about that with my audience. And I really want to hold this government to be accountable. I really want to find out what's going on, where the corruption lies, how deep it goes. But more importantly, next year when we vote in Pierre Poilievre into power, I agree. We need to question him as well. We need to question that government. We need to figure out what they're doing, and if they're involved in any scandals, and really kind of dissect the whole thing and find out the truth. So, I want to kind of go through that journey with you guys and find out what's going on with our government, and talk about those issues. We're going to bring up some other issues too in the show. We're going to bring up the issue of immigration. I want to talk about that as well. And don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of things on my channel that speak to immigration, and I'm not against immigration. We're all immigrants, right? My family is, of Polish Russian descent. They came over as well to Canada as immigrants, and we all do. But really, what I want to talk about is once you get to Canada, being a Canadian and what that means. Following our laws, following our customs, becoming a Canadian, not just coming over to Canada and not having anything to do with what it means to be Canadian. And that kind of ticks me off, to be honest with you. And I really want to talk about that. So that's the immigration portion of it, right? Canadian customs. I want to talk about how, I grew up in a polite society, and I think that's gone downhill. I don't think people are polite anymore. I don't think people open up the doors for people. I don't people think, people think please use it a please and thank yous. They use their manners when they're in stores, and I really want to talk about that too. I think we can be doing a better job, and I think that's a bit about what makes us Canadian, is a bit of job about our manners and what that means. So. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I want to get back to this Clyde Do Something, and about how we talked about being authentic, and I really want to be that type of YouTuber for you. A lot of my stuff is going to go on X too. I'm going to visit these spaces more and talk, but I really want to be that authentic person for you. I want to be that outlet of truth for you, as far as finding some information. I know that our family gets together and they talk about politics, and a lot of times things come up. Did you read this article? Did you see this news clip? And we kind of educate ourselves. No, I didn't. What's this all about, right? And kind of dig into it a little bit. So, anyways, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I did want to thank everyone for viewing my channel and coming to take a look. I did want to thank specifically Clyde Do Something. Talking about the success of a YouTube channel and what that means. And going forward, I'm going to take another piece of advice as well. I'm going to be talking about specific issues, and I will be citing other YouTubers, other X account holders, and other news agencies to where I get my information from. And I really want to be transparent. I really want to grow with you. So Anyways, that's it for me for now. I'm just going to make this a short one to begin with, and a pleasure meeting you guys again. And we'll see where we can take this, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. I hope you have a great Canada Day weekend, and we'll see you out there for the fireworks, and we'll see you out there for the party. Thanks a lot. Take care.